Thanks. Go check in. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
You're gonna check in with Tyra. I'm gonna check in on the computer and did the physical check-in. So we call your case. I remind you to remind me that you wish to proceed pursuant to Zoom, you and your client, waiving any limitations and waiving any appearances in open court, okay? Please mute your microphone unless you're on the record with me. And do not intervene if I'm on the record. Tell me you want to check in or whatever. So Tyra will check you in. I'll see you in just a couple of minutes here.
Good morning, everyone. Will the attorneys check in through the chat?
Almost 10, 9:15.
Hello.
For the attorneys who have just let in, can you please put who you representing in the chat?
Madam Clerk, may I ask a question, please?
Yes?
My client is on, but he's on a break from work. This is an arraignment, and I'm wondering if the court will allow me to waive his presence for purposes of the arraignment and draw.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Allen, if you've got to get back to work, I can take care of the arraignment and I can give you the new date, okay? Or if you can stay on as long as you want.
Madam Clerk, this is Stephanie Farkas. I have a diversion order that Mr. Heavy just emailed that I want to forward to you if possible. Could you potentially put your email in the chat.
On what case?
Brittany Peoples.
I already have it.
Oh, okay, great.
Madam Clerk, this is Melanie Bates on Michael Harris. I was wondering if you had a PSI.
Look in a moment.
Okay, thank you.
And Madam Clerk, this is Earl Washington. I'm checking in on Eric Bell.
Check in through the chat.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, good morning. This is Vincent Haysha checking in for Ms. Flemons for sentencing.
Will all the attorneys please check in through the chat? Thank you. Ms. Bates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a pre-sentence case report on your case.
Oh. Okay. And I'll be requesting another date so he can get interviewed.
Okay, did you have a copy of this?
No, I don't. Can I give you my email?
Sure.
This is APA Casey. If that's on the Harris case, I need that as well.
Sure, I'll email and chat.
Tell me you wish to proceed pursuant to Zoom and its limitations, waiving any appearances open court, please, for you and your client. Do not intervene. If I'm on the record with somebody else, please mute your microphones until your case is called. Thank you. Anyone who hasn't checked in or is just now seeking to be admitted, check in through chat, okay? Tyra?
Okay. Okay, we're gonna start with the case of Gabrielle Jackson, calling case number 21-002-768. People of the state of Michigan versus Gabrielle Jackson. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people, 80881.
Your Honor, may it please this honorable court, Larry Polk on behalf of Gabrielle Jackson, who is present by way of Zoom, gives his permission and consent and waives any objections to having this hearing by way of Zoom. Mr. Jackson, state your name for the record.
Gabriel Jackson. Gabriel Raphael Jackson, my bad.
At this time, Judge, we waive the formal reading of the information. My client stands mute.
Order a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case will be blind drawn to the docket of the honorable.
Judge, if I may, we have a plea.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, raise your right hand. Identify yourself for the record.
Gabriel Raphael Jackson.
Solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony that you tender will be the truth.
Yes.
Okay. Did you sign and date, along with Larry Polk, a settlement offer, advice and rights notice of acceptance form that explains to you your trial and appellate rights you're relinquishing by pleading guilty this morning?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Were you promised anything or threatened in any way to sign the form?
No.
Your age?
22.
Level of education?
Some college.
U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay. Are you pleading guilty to a count of carrying a concealed weapon? Punishment up to 5 years. The people consent to hide it with the following conditions: 1 year probation. Must forfeit the weapon to the arresting agency. You may not use, own, or possess a firearm during probation, any other terms and conditions set by the court. I'm gonna reduce your court costs, which you're doing sentencing, from $1,300 to $950 because you're HIDA. Is this how you wish to proceed?
Yes.
And Mr. Polk has explained to you what HIDA is and its implications?
Yes.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask you some questions about an event that occurred on July 22nd. I'm sorry. Yes, July 22nd of 2020. On July 22nd of 2020, were you on or about Hayden Street and Glencoe in Detroit, Michigan, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And at that time, you were in a vehicle, correct?
Yes.
While you were in the vehicle, you had a handgun on your person concealed on your waist, correct?
Yes. I mean, it wasn't concealed.
So specifically, the gun was on you when you were inside a car,
Yes.
and you knowingly had that gun, the handgun on you, correct?
Yes.
And at that time, you did not have a valid license to have a concealed weapon in the state of Michigan, correct?
Yes.
The people are satisfied, Your Honor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, both attorneys are satisfied. We've established an adequate factual basis for the plea, and the court is compliant with Court Rule 6.302.
Satisfied, Your
correct.
Honor.
Then I find the plea is tendered in a knowing, intelligent, voluntary, active fashion. Sentencing date will be
September 15th.
September 15th at 9 o'clock. Make sure you bring your court costs with you on that day. Please call probation and set up a pre-sentence report. Mr. Polk, the number is 313-456.
Judge, I've already provided him with the number of the probation judge.
All right, again, 313-456-4600. See you in mid-September.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jackson, you're free to go.
I don't have a job right now. Each time I try to get one that show up on my record. I mean, I did have one. It was at the airport, but they
Mr.
had.
Polk, would you talk to the client and both sign off so I can proceed with my docket?
I have another case, Judge, and I have had discussion. I will have more discussion with him.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jackson, you may sign out. We have another case to call. Thank you. Talk to Mr. Polk.
The next case we calling is Cassandra Havis, calling case number 21-002-663. People of the state of Michigan versus Cassandra Havis. We here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Is this Mr. Polk's case?
It is. I'm waiting for the prosecutor.
I apologize. I didn't realize I was muted. Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
May it please this honorable court, Larry Polk on behalf of Cassandra Havis, who is present, gives her permission and consent to have this hearing by way of Zoom and waives any objections to this virtual hearing. Ms. Havis, would you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Cassandra Tiara Havis.
At this time, we waive the formal reading of the information. My client stands mute, Judge.
Thank you. Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Is this case being blind drawn?
It is, Judge.
Goes to Judge Noah Hood. Date and time shall be
August 30th.
August 30th.
30, 9
Very
a.m.
good. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Be safe.
Staff, have a great day.
You too.
Next case we'll be calling is the case of Christopher Allen, calling case number 21-005-202. People of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Allen. We're here today for an arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
For the defense?
Manaria.
No one's here for the defense. Next case, please.
Next case case will be calling is Rashard Dockery, calling case number 21-002-576. People of the state of Michigan versus Rashard Dockery. We're here today for the Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Andrew Moxie, P number 69568. Judge, I'm in contact with my client. I waive his presence for today. Agree to Zoom.
All right.
Waive formal reading, stand mute, blind draw.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Thomas Hathaway.
Thomas Hathaway. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September 1st, 9 o'clock.
Got it.
He'll see you next month, Mr. Moxie.
Hopefully.
Okay. Next case will be called the case of Alfonso Gregory, calling case number 21-002-451. People of the state of Michigan versus Alfonso Gregory. We're here today on a Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Andrew Moxie, P number 69568. I'm in contact with my client. Waive his presence. Blind draw.
Ask the arraignment.
Waive formal reading, stand mute.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Heisey.
Judge Heisey. Date and time shall be
Same date, September 1st.
September 1st.
Got it.
Be well, Andrew.
Thanks. I may stand in for Catherine O'Mara, so I'll stick around.
Next case will be called is the case of Samuel Thomas, calling case number 21-005-223. People of the state of Michigan versus Samuel Thomas. We're here today for the Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Judge. Patrick Nineheis, P76343 on behalf of Mr. Thomas. We waive any defects from appearing by Zoom and consent to appearing via Zoom today.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
And as to the arraignment on the information, Judge, will waive the formal reading, stand mute to the charges, and request a blind draw.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Regina Thomas.
Regina Thomas. Date and time shall be
September 2nd.
September 2nd, 9 a.m., Patrick.
Thank you very much, Judge.
You're welcome. Be well.
You too, Judge.
Case will be called in the case of Anthony Matterneck, calling case number 21-002-565. People of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Matterneck. We're here today for Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Catherine O'Mara, P53823, on behalf of Mr. Matternick. He'd waive his appearance physically in court and agree to the Zoom proceedings today and waive any objections to that. He'd also waive the formal reading of the information and stand mute.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the
Your
Honorable.
Honor, Your Honor,
What?
there's a plea form. You should have a plea form from Mr. Colo.
Not yet. You have a plea form for us, Mr. Cole?
I will forward it to the court right now. I did get one this morning, yes.
All right, we await transmission. Is this the case Mr. Moxie was going to stand in for you on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I guess if we're going to do it now, then Mr. Moxie's off the hook.
I'll make sure it happens.
Thanks.
Mr. Moxie's very thorough always.
Yes.
We're awaiting transmission any minute now, just like the old Highland appliance commercials.
Your Honor, with the internet in this building, it might be faster for me to walk one down to you, but I did forward it to Madam Clerk.
Faster to mail it without a stamp on the envelope. Okay, we have it. Mr. Matternick, would you raise your right hand? Tell me who you are, please.
Anthony Edward Matternick.
And do you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony that you tender will be truthful?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you, through permission, and Catherine O'Meara signed and dated a settlement offer, advice of rights, notice of acceptance form that explains to you your trial and appellate rights you're giving up by pleading guilty this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you promised anything or threatened in any way to sign the form?
No.
And what is your age?
57,
Level of education?
12th grade,
Where did you graduate from high school?
Roosevelt, Wyandotte.
Why not Roosevelt?
Yes,
And are you a citizen of the United States?
yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty to count one, use of controlled substance or controlled substance analog, punishment to 1 year? Terms and conditions under the sentence agreement, 2 years probation, substance abuse evaluation and treatment, any other terms and conditions set by the court, which will include financial obligations. Is this how you wish to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask you some questions about an offense that took place on April 14th of 2021. On April 14th of 2021, you knowingly had a controlled substance on your person, correct?
Yes,
And I believe you threw it out of the vehicle before police interacted with you.
yes,
And specifically that controlled substance was cocaine less than 25 grams, correct?
correct.
And just to verify, you knew you had that on you, correct?
Yes,
The people are satisfied. Oh, I'm sorry. I should probably establish venue. On April 14th, 2021, you were on or about 4th Street in St. John in Wyandotte, Michigan, County of Wayne.
that's correct.
And that is where your interactions with the police and the controlled substance took place, correct?
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor. The people are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Both attorneys are satisfied. We've established an adequate factual basis for the plea and the court's compliant with Court Rule 6.302.
Yes, Your
Satisfied,
Honor.
Your Honor.
That I find the plea is tendered in no intelligent, voluntary, active fashion. Is this a 1-year misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to proceed to immediate sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
I can't think of anything.
Without objection?
Without objection, Your Honor.
What would you like to say, Ms. O'Meara, and tell me about jail credit?
Your Honor, I don't know, Mr. Press, how many days did you do in jail awaiting bond? Mr. Matternick,
I'm sorry.
how many days did you do in jail before you were posted bond?
Like 2.
Okay. Your Honor, I would ask that the court follow the sentence agreement. In this case, we had a sentence agreement with the prosecutor. It was 2 years probation, a substance abuse evaluation and treatment if recommended, and other terms to be set by the court. I just ask that the court take into account the difficult financial times when setting costs and fees. And I think that Mr. Matternick is doing well. He's been clean.
Well, it's a misdemeanor, so his court costs are going from $1,300 to $600. So that'll
Well, that's
save
good.
quite a lot.
Yes.
What would you like to say, Mr. Colo?
Your Honor, we would urge you to adopt the plea agreement in place. The people are dismissing or would move to dismiss controlled substance possession of cocaine in exchange for the guilty plea on the use of controlled substance or controlled substance analog. There has been a sentence agreement as established already for 2 years probation, substance abuse evaluation and treatment, and the other terms and conditions as set by the court.
All right, and again, the jail credit was how many days?
It should be 2 days, Your Honor, I think.
So ordered. Sir, is there anything you'd like to say part of the imposition of sentence, or is your preference to remain silent? If so, your silence will not be used against you.
No, Your Honor, I have nothing to say.
All right, under the agreement, you'll serve 2 years probation, undergo a substance abuse evaluation, which will include 1 NA meeting per week, and an outpatient treatment program. It's 2 years probation, $53 state fee, $75 crime victims assessment. Are you retained or appointed, Ms. O'Meara?
Appointed, Your Honor.
$400 court-appointed attorney fees, $600 court cost. All right, Mr. Metternich, are you able to pay any of your court costs today?
No, Your Honor, not today.
Well, they're due on the date of sentencing. When are you able to pay the court costs? The other assessments you can pay over probation. The supervision fee for probation, by the way, is $30 a month. When are you able to make a payment towards your court costs?
How much would I have to pay? Do I have to just pay something, or?
Well, it's, your court costs are reduced from $1,300 to $600 because it's a misdemeanor. How much are you able to pay and when? I'm asking you.
I got like about $50 on me right now. I mean, I'm out of work right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll help. I need you to call the cashier at this phone number. Do you have a pen and paper or a phone you can type the number into?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Call the cashier at 313-224-2440 and make arrangements to pay the $50. Tell her it's for court costs, though, when you pay her your $50.
Uh-huh.
To apply it to your court costs. The balance you can pay monthly or do community service towards your court costs and attorney fees. So if you can't pay it off, you can do community service hours, all right? Or a combination. Or a combination if you get a job and you want to work it off and pay it off. I'll work with you as best I can. Remember to tell her court costs, call that number, and good luck to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Should he call probation as well, Your Honor, to?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send that 4600 number. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the magic number. Keep it by your side.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You're welcome. I'm thinking of pursuing a singing career.
You'll do great.
Maybe I'll be a rapper.
Okay, the next case will be calling the case of Julian Brown, calling case number 21-004-420. People of the state of Michigan versus Julian Brown. Here today.
Got an iPad for some reason.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please this most honorable court, Nicole Casca, P55470, on behalf of Mr. Julian Brown, who's present on Zoom. Your Honor, Mr. Brown and myself, we are consenting to having this hearing conducted by Zoom with all of its limitations, as opposed to being physically in person in the courtroom. Mr. Brown is on Zoom. Mr. Brown, can you please state your full name for the record and that you consent to having our hearing conducted by Zoom?
Julian Thomas Brown.
Morning. You wish to proceed pursuant to Zoom and waive your appearance in open court. Is that right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Gaskell.
Your Honor, as to the arraignment, my client stands mute, waive forming of the information at this time. Unfortunately, we're going to have to blind draw.
All right, we'll under plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Slavens.
Mark Slavens. Date and time shall be
September 2nd.
September 2nd, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone have a good day. Be safe, be healthy. Mr.
You
Brown,
too.
we can exit Zoom. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
What? What about you?
Okay, the next case will be called. Case of
Mute your microphones, please, everyone, unless you're on the record with the court. Next case, please.
The next case will be called is El Rico Gator, calling case number 21-004-457. People of the state of Michigan versus El Rico Gator. We're here today for the Raymond information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Who's the attorney? We have no attorney.
Okay.
Next case.
Next case will be called the case of Damian Powell. Calling case number 21-002-467. People of the state of Michigan versus Damian Powell. We're here today for the Raymond information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Judith Grady on behalf of Damian Powell, who's on Zoom with no objection. Mr. Powell, if you're there, state your name.
Damian Powell.
You have no objection to holding this hearing on Zoom, correct?
Correct.
Your Honor, we waive the form of reading and stand mute and ask for a blind draw.
All right, thank you. We'll enter plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Hood,
Noah Hood. Date and time shall be
August 30th.
August the 30th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor, to you and your staff. Have a good day.
Well, be safe.
Next case will be called the case of Ricky O'Neill. Calling case number 21-004-936. People of the state of Michigan versus Ricky O'Neill. We're here today for the Raymond information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Misek, P74620 on behalf of the people.
Christine Longstreet from the Neighborhood Defender Service appearing on behalf of Mr. Ricky O'Neill. Judge, I'm not sure if he's on. If he's not, can I waive his appearance for purposes of this proceeding?
As long as you've had recent contact with him.
I talked to him this morning, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Coleman, any objection?
No
Your Honor,
objection.
this is a special prosecutor.
That's correct, Your Honor. The people have no objection.
Okay, great. Thank you. Go ahead.
Judge, we would waive formal reading of information and stand mute.
Thank you. We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is being blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable Tracy Green. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September 1st, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing everyone.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And one matter before we close out the record, Ms. Longstreet. Ms. Longstreet, did you receive a copy of the signed information and preliminary witness list in this case?
I did.
Excellent. And then, Your Honor, those were filed with the court. Are there copies in your court file?
We don't have the file.
We don't have the file being the arraignment court.
All right, I'll check back on September the 1st with it. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Longstreet. Nothing further from the people.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You might want to check with the court in advance of that next date. And be safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Next case will be calling the case of James Price, calling case number 21-005-196. People of the state of Michigan versus James Price. We're here today for the Raymond information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Glazer, P46892 on behalf of Mr. Price. Judge is here via Zoomer waiving his physical appearance and agreed to Zoom and its limitations.
All right, good morning, Jeffrey. We'll let our plea of not guilty as to any and all charges.
Judge, we were hoping to get a Cobb's agreement. I did send over a Cobb's plea form to the prosecutor.
Was there a plea offer and what are the guidelines?
Your Honor, in this matter, there was an offer to plead guilty to fleeing, police officer fleeing third degree in the vehicle code in exchange for dismissing the police officer assault, resisting, and obstructing. That has been denied in exchange for pleading as charged on counts 1 and 2 with the habitual fourth offender. I ran the numbers, and based off of the existence of 2 high misdemeanors, 2 high felonies, 5 low felonies, and 2 existing misdemeanors, my numbers came out on it came out to 9 to 46.
And I'm sorry, 9 to 46, but you made no offer?
We did have an offer that was denied, Your Honor.
What was the offer? I need you to articulate that on the record, okay?
Yes, the offer was to plead to police officer fleeing third degree on the vehicle code in exchange for dismissing the second count, which was the police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing, and also moving to dismiss the habitual fourth.
But there was no sentence agreement in terms of time,
There was no sentence agreement in the offer, correct?
and his guidelines are 9 to 46. Mr. Glazier, what would you like to say? Your client allegedly has an extensive criminal history.
Judge, he's turning his life around. I would tell you this, Judge, that this was somewhat of extenuating circumstances. He was on his way to his brother's funeral at the time. He was grief-stricken. He's I don't believe he's on probation anymore, Judge. He's gainfully looking for employment, Judge. I'm asking you to consider perhaps a probationary term. Take a chance on him, Judge. Obviously, if he violates you, we'll put him in jail or prison.
That's not my inclination, Mr. Glazier. You told me he turns his life around, but yet he doesn't have employment. How's he turned his life around?
Mr. Price, are you working now?
Yes, I am working. I have been working. I work for Amberjack Construction. I've been employed now since I've been out of jail. I'm actually supposed to be at work today. I had to take today off. So
Is that full time?
yes, full time. As long as it doesn't rain, I work. I'll probably be going in today for a half a day at least.
What else you want to tell me, Mr. Glazier?
Judge, he erred in judgment again. He was grief-stricken over his brother's funeral, and it was not your typical fleeing and eluding, Judge.
Well, what are the allegations? What allegedly happened?
Judge, he allegedly was pulled over, and they were going to impound the car, and he pulled away before they can impound the vehicle. I think that's essentially it.
Why were they going to impound the car, though?
Because I think the car, I think it either had no plate or no registration, something along those lines, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. In this matter, after getting pulled over for not having a plate on the car, the officers told defendant that they would be impounding the car. After the defendant pled with the officer to not impound the car, after already being identified by the fully uniformed officer, he sped away from the scene. The officer did not pursue him and follow him based off already having identified defendant. So he was fully stopped. The process had already started.
So he shouldn't have been driving that car. Is that what you're telling me, in your opinion?
Both he shouldn't have been driving the car without the plate, but I think the larger problem here is driving away from an officer who has conducted a lawful stop.
Mr. Glazier, does your client have a valid license? And is there a valid plate on the car that he drives, if he's driving a car?
Judge, I don't think he's driving anymore. I don't think do you have a license, Mr. Price? I don't think.
Yes, I have a license. I'm driving. I have fully insured. I have a plate.
But it's not the same car. It's a different car, correct?
No, it's not the same.
I want to get Mr. this is important, Mr. Glazier. I don't want him to speak because, and he's been more than cooperative, I appreciate that, but I don't want him to say anything that might incriminate him. So are you telling me, Mr. Glazier, that your client now has a license, the car is insured that he's driving, the plate on the car is proper?
That's my understanding, Judge, based on what he's indicating. This is a
Mr.
different,
Colbert, are you showing any driving while licenses suspended or revoked or denied or anything like that?
Just if I could have a second to review. Your Honor, this isn't the first time that defendant has been charged with unlawful driving away. So let me continue looking through the lien. Actually pled guilty to this charge already. Stolen and receiving, there was nolo contend, fleeing an officer. He's also already been charged with fleeing a police officer. I'm not sure if, it's not uncommon for when someone flees from a police officer for the police to not write up full charges in terms of saying that the person doesn't have a license or doesn't have.
Well, I'm not going to presume or assume anything. Mr. Glazier, to your knowledge, does he have a history of doing this in the past?
Judge, he has some priors, but he's not on probation or parole right now, I don't believe, Judge. And again, there was this wasn't your typical fleeing and eluding. He pulled away. They didn't pursue him, Judge, because they knew who he was based on his picture on the computer, Judge. He is working now. I know he has some priors because the prosecutor is alluding to it, but if the court would consider it some type of work release or something along those lines, Judge, I don't think he's going to be back here.
I don't think they have that with the COVID. That's the problem. Mr. Glazier, as an officer of the court, are you telling me your client's fully insured?
Judge, I don't know if he's fully insured. I mean, I could ask him if you want me to, Judge, but I wasn't.
Sure. I don't want to ask. Why don't you go ahead?
Mr. Price, do you have insurance on your vehicle?
Yes, I do. I can provide proof if the court would like that. I've progressed.
Here, Mr. Glazier, I'm going to put him on 2 year. Here's what I would do. The cops would be 2 years probation. There'll be conditions to be determined. I don't know what they are yet. Okay, it'll be based on the preset report. 2 years reporting probation. Conditions to be determined. I'm going to want $1,000 in court costs at sentencing. I'll reduce them from $1,300 to $1,000, but I want it on the date of sentencing. He's working, and any other financial obligations he can pay over the course of probation. Whatever I have to impose, I'll impose. I'll try to keep them at the minimum. That would be the COBS evaluation, and with the understanding that if Mr. Price violates any law, motor vehicle code, drives without a proper license, he's uninsured, or does anything else that's unlawful, drives away again if he's pulled over, I will incarcerate him for the maximum period of time I can. His guidelines are what, 9 to 46?
Correct, Your Honor, 9 to 46.
So I could lock him up almost 4 years if he violates. Okay?
Understood, Judge. Yes, Judge.
So this would be his last break, so to speak.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Judge.
At sentencing, I want you to present me, Mr. Glazier, with valid insurance, proper plate information, just to ensure that everything he's represented today and you is in fact factually correct, okay?
Very well, Judge.
I can't get any fairer than that. How do you want to proceed?
Mr. Price, do you want to take advantage of the COBS offer or do you want to go to another judge?
I would appreciate the Cobb's offer.
Judge, I did advise him of his rights. I think he understands them. We've executed the plea for me. He let me sign on his behalf.
Well, Mr. Price, you made a wise decision. You're well represented by Mr. Glazier, and you've got a fair prosecutor to work with in this courtroom. So write it up, gentlemen. Transmit it to the court, and I'll recall it once.
Judge, I already sent it to Mr. Caldwell earlier this morning. You should have that form.
Do you have it, Mr. Colo? Can you get it to our clerk, Tyra, ASAP?
Yes, Your
Got a
Honor.
bunch of lawyers waiting to proceed with their cases.
I'm looking for it right now, Your Honor.
I think I see some of the lawyers throwing darts at their dartboard. It appears while the video is a little hazy that it's my picture on the dartboard.
Maybe mine, Judge.
Yeah, I would also assume it's probably my picture as well, Your Honor. Maybe we all have different point values.
I think mine is 0.
Did just forward the form to Madam Clerk.
I think Mr. Margolis just threw a bullseye. I felt that, Mr. Margolis. Okay, we received it. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Price, raise your right hand. Identify yourself for the record, please.
My name is James Joseph Price.
You solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony that you tender will be the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you put your hand down. Did you, through permission and consent, and Mr. Glazier, sign and date a settlement offer, advice of rights, notice of acceptance form that explains your trial and appellate rights you're giving up by pleading guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you promised anything or threatened in any way to execute this document?
No, Your Honor.
Your age?
30 years old, Your Honor.
Level of education?
High school graduate.
What high school?
Casa Richard Academy in Detroit.
And are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pleading guilty to count 1, police officer fleeing, 3rd degree, punishment to 5 years. Count 2, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, punishment up to 2 years. Habitual offender, 4th offense notice makes it 15 years. Cobb's evaluation. Let me mark the box and write it down, gentlemen. I said 2 years probation.
Correct,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Judge.
Conditions to be determined. Reduce court costs from $1,300 to $1,000, which will be paid in full at sentencing, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Violation of probation would be a year and a half to 15 years in the MDOC, Michigan Department of Corrections. So, Mr. Price, this is certainly your last option. If you violate the terms of this agreement, you're getting a big break today. You will be going to prison if there's an adjudication of guilt. There are no more rabbits in Mr. Glazier's hat. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, is this how you want to proceed?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis. Would everyone mute your microphone, please? I'm getting background noise.
That's my son. I'm sorry. Nina, can you take him back there, please? I apologize, Your Honor.
All right,
I have a 2-year-old.
factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask you about the event that took place on October 1st of 2020. On October 1st of 2020, were you on or about Oakwood Boulevard and Schaefer in Melvindale, Michigan, County of Wayne?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, you were driving a vehicle that did not have a plate on it, correct?
Yes, I was.
you were pulled over by a uniformed officer that was performing their duties. They turned on their lights when they pulled you over, correct?
I want to clarify that I stopped at a red light and
I just, for your own sake, I just need a yes or a no.
I was pulled over. He signaled his.
Mr. Price, just answer the questions, please.
Yes.
Yep, we're not trying to trick you. We're establishing a record so that you could move forward with the Cobb's evaluation that the judge has offered you. Once again, you were driving a motor vehicle.
Yes.
The officer ordered you to stop your vehicle.
Yes.
You knew that the officer had ordered you to stop your vehicle.
Yes.
You refused to obey the order by fleeing or avoiding being caught. Specifically, when the officer told you that your vehicle was going to be impounded, eventually you left the scene, correct?
Yes, after I stopped my vehicle, I left the scene, correct.
Okay. Regarding the second count, we've already established, but just again, you knowingly obstructed or resisted an officer's order by leaving the scene after you were told that your car was going to be impounded, correct?
Yes, I did.
And counsel, if you could stipulate for the habitual offender fourth offense notice that there are at least 4 priors in this matter, specifically that the felonies enumerated on the information are on or about 6/23/2010. Defendant was convicted of obstruction of justice. On 7/27/2010, defendant was convicted of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree. On that same date, he was also convicted of concealing a motor vehicle in violation of 750.5357. Further on that date, he was convicted of resisting and obstructing police officers in violation of 750.81D1. And then on January 20th, 2012, he was convicted of the offense of assault with intent to do great bodily harm in violation of 750.84.
Defense will stipulates for plea purposes. Thank you.
Your Honor, the people are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied.
All right, both attorneys are satisfied. We've established an adequate factual basis for the plea, and the court's compliant with Court Rule 6.302.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right, then I find Mr. Price's plea is tendered in a knowing, intelligent, voluntary, and accurate fashion. I accept it. Mr. Price, you'll be referred for a pre-sentence report. Call the probation department. Do you have a pencil and paper, Andy? Or a telephone you can type a number into?
I don't want to mess up my Zoom. I'll grab a pen real quick. I do now.
Okay, set up your interview, okay, probation, 313-456-4600.
46, what's the last 2 digits? Excuse me.
It's 35, okay, whole number, 313-456-4600.
Okay, thank you.
You have it?
Yes, I have it, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Sentencing date will be
September 15th.
September 15th, 9 o'clock. Make sure you bring me at least $1,000 that day for your court costs. Any other assessments, I'll spread out over probation for you.
Does that have to be in a money order to the courts, or?
I'll give you more information. Just have a credit card or be able to pay the clerk when you talk. You can call the cashier's number ahead of time if you want to. Their number is 313-224-2440.
313-224-440?
No. 313-224-2440.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, everyone. Sentencing date
Thank you,
is
Judge.
September 15th, 9 o'clock. Bring your money that day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Judge. Have a great day, sir.
Okay, next case.
Next case will be calling the case of Fitzgerald Narma, Calling case number 21-004-178, people of the state of Michigan versus Fitzgerald Narma. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Stephanie Farkas, P74227, appearing on behalf of Mr. Narma, who's present via Zoom. Your Honor, we agreed to proceed via Zoom and all of its limitations. Regarding the information, we waive formal reading of the information and stand mute. Ask the court for a blind draw.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Your case will be blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Van Houten.
Margaret Van Houten. Date and time shall be.
Yes, Your Honor.
First.
I'm sorry, August 31st?
Yes.
At 9 o'clock? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Narma, you're all set. You can log off.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, great diversion.
The next case will be calling the case of Brittany Peoples, calling case number 21-003-768, people of the state of Michigan versus Brittany Peoples. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people, and there is a diversion order that has been sent to the court in this matter.
I've
And good morning, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Stephanie Farkas, P74227, appearing on behalf of Ms. Peoples, who's present via Zoom. Your Honor, we agree to proceed via Zoom and all of its limitations. Waive formal reading of the information and stand mute. As APA Colo was referencing, there is a diversion order for the court to enter.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. I've signed a diversion order. The review date will be August the 12th, 2022. Madam Clerk,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Judge.
You too, Stephanie.
The next cases we'll be calling will be the case of Manur Farah. Calling case numbers 21-002-738 and also case number 21-002-739. People of the state of Michigan versus Manur Farah. We're here today for arraignment information on both cases. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people hearing in both matters.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kathleen Tulaj appearing on behalf of Mr. Faraj on both cases. I would ask, he is present. We will agree to proceed by Zoom with all of its limitations. And as to both cases, my client will stay in mute and waive the formal reading of the information.
All right, thank you, Kathleen. Well articulated as usual. We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Your cases are being blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Talon.
Lawrence Talon. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September the 1st. So he'll see you next month, 9 o'clock, September 1st.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, be safe. Next case, please.
Everyone have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
Next case, please.
Next case will be calling the case of Malik McCormick. Calling case number 21-004-944. People of the state of Michigan versus Malik McCormick. We're here today to arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Malik McCormick.
Your Honor, there's a special prosecutor on this matter based off it being CSC. I believe they checked in earlier. Let me check in the chat.
Well, do we have a special prosecutor on this case? If not, we're going to move on.
I believe it's Emily Anal. She might have had to step out. I could reach out and ask if I have.
I'm sorry, I'm on the record in another case. I'll be back.
Okay, thank you. We'll pass this case. Next case.
Okay, next case we calling is the case of Rosalind Lee, calling case number 21-005-141. People of the state of Michigan versus Rosalind Lee. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Renee Cooper on behalf of Ms. Lee.
I apologize for being muted. Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Cole on behalf of the people.
We have no objection to using Zoom. I'd ask her presence be waived. And she stands mute, waives reading of the information.
Have you had recent contact with your client, Mr. Cooper?
Yesterday afternoon, Judge, she is at a
No
job.
objection to
interview.
waiving the appearance, Mr. Colo. He's had recent contact.
Without objection, Your Honor.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Slavens,
Mark Slavens. Date and time,
September 3rd.
September the 3rd, 9 o'clock, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Mr. Callahan told me to tell you next year, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, maybe before then. Okay.
Good. Okay, be safe.
Thank you.
Next case, please.
Next case will be calling case of DeWine Meadows, calling case number 21-002-712. People of the state of Michigan versus DeWine Meadows. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Robert Cantor, P24993, appearing on behalf of DeWine Meadows. Your Honor, I do not know if he is present on Zoom. I have had recent contact with him. If he is not present, I would ask to waive his presence for today's hearing.
Without objection, Your Honor. Without objection.
Go ahead, Mr. Cantor.
Your Honor, with respect to the arraignment on the information, we will waive the formal reading of the information and stand mute at this time.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges.
Judge Williams Claiborne,
Judge Williams Claiborne. Date and time shall be
September 3rd.
September 3rd, 9 a.m., Mr. Cantor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Have a good
You be
day,
safe.
everyone. You too.
You too. And go Tigers.
Right.
Okay, the next case we'll be calling is a case of Raven Bridges. Calling case number 21-004-938, defendant 2. People of the state of Michigan versus Raven Bridges. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Appearances, please.
Judge, I'm here for Mr. Bridges. Janeki Nance appeared on behalf of Mr. Bridges, who's not present. Judge, I have been in contact with him as of this morning. I would ask the court to waive his presence.
Your Honor,
Without objection, Mr. Colo.
there should be a special prosecutor here. This is a Pat 2 case.
Who's the special prosecutor? How come these special prosecutors aren't here? Like
I'm
our
here.
hard work defense bar. Is that Mr. John Casey?
Yep, I'm on drugs. Cases, drug cases.
Oh, drug cases.
Yes,
That's better, Mr. Casey. You don't want to incriminate yourself. Are you on this case?
Oh, nope, not this one. Sorry.
What case are you on, Mr. Casey?
I've got Mr. Michael Harris with Miss Bates and a fellow by the name of Brandon Smith up for an AOI, I believe with a Mr. Muad.
I see Mr. Muwad's here, but I don't see Miss Bates. We'll have to call it. Who's the PAC 2 prosecutor we need?
Your Honor, I have been in contact with APA Doherty about it, but I did not get a response regarding who would be covering it today.
Good morning, Judge. I'm a PAT 2 prosecutor.
Who is it?
APA Max Beisel. I'm a PAT 2 prosecutor. I missed. What is the case that was trying to be called?
This is the case of Raven Bridges.
Okay. I will stand in today. I don't believe it's assigned to me, but I will stand in from our unit.
Well, you have an exemplary work ethic. Thanks for standing in, Max.
Not a problem, Judge.
Let's proceed. Ms. Nance?
Judge, as I was saying, I have had contact with my client. I did speak with him this morning. I would ask the court to waive his presence for this particular hearing. And also, as it relates to the arraignment on the information, we have no objection to proceeding via Zoom. We waive formal reading of the information and stand mute to the charges.
All right, any objection, Mr. Prosecutor? She's had recent contact with her client for purposes of the arraignment.
No objection, Judge.
Okay, thank you. We'll let her plead not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is being blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable Judge Hathaway, Bridget Hathaway. Date and time?
September 3rd.
September the 3rd, 9 a.m.
Thank you very much, Judge. You and your staff have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Judge.
You too. Be safe, everyone.
They have a
You as well.
defendant on this one, so. Judge. Same judge. They got a co-defendant on this case.
Okay, Melanie Bates is here. John Casey's still here?
Well, yeah, I got the rest of the cases. I called you.
Sure am.
Melanie Bates is not with us. Melanie
she's
Bates,
here.
are you with us? I admitted her.
Yes, Judge, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Just a moment.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, we'll call the case of Michael Harris, calling case number 473. People of the state of Michigan versus Michael Harris II. We're here today for an arraignment information. We're here today for a sentencing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Casey, P number 56162 on behalf of the people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melanie Bates, standing in for Randall Upshaw, appearing on behalf of Mr. Michael Harris, who should be present by Zoom.
Yes, I'm present. Michael Harris here.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I just received a report from your wonderful clerk. Unfortunately, Mr. Harris was not interviewed. Apparently, his contact information either wasn't provided or changed. So I would just ask for a little more time so that he can be interviewed, and we can make sure that the probation agent does have his current contact information.
Well, Ms. Bates, I'm going to ask you to call probation and make sure they have a 313-456-4600.
Okay, I have it. Thank you, Judge.
And make sure your client brings his money for cost on the date of sentencing. This new sentencing date will be
September 20th.
September the 20th at 9 a.m.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
September 20th, 9 a.m. Thank you, and you all have a good day.
And you too, and that'll be by Zoom.
Okay, Judge.
See you then, 9 o'clock sharp.
Okay,
Regards to Mr. Upshaw.
I will, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, the next case will be calling the case of Michael King, calling case number 21002-719. People of the state of Michigan versus Michael King. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, NDS Detroit by James Parker on behalf of Mr. Michael King, P 53832. Your Honor, for purposes of this hearing, I'm asking you to waive my client's appearance. We've been in contact, and for purposes of this hearing, we consent to have it done on Zoom.
All right. Any objection, Mr. Colo?
Without objection, Your Honor, but Madam Clerk, do you mind, what letter does the last name start with? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
King, K-I-N-G.
K-I-N-G.
Just a CCW.
Then without objection.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Parker.
Your Honor, for purposes of this hearing, waive the formal reading and stand mute to the charges.
We'll let her plead not guilty as to any and all charges. Madam Clerk?
Judge Cusick.
Judge is assigned to Judge Paul Cusick. Date and time?
September 3rd.
September 3rd, 9 a.m.
That'll be a good date. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Golf before the rain comes, Mr. Parker.
I will try to do that, sir.
Okay. Next case.
Next case, we calling the case of Takia Harper, calling case number 21-002-554. People of the state of Michigan versus Takia Harper. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Who's the defense counsel?
Wyatt Harris.
Wyatt Harris is gone. He was here, he's left.
Okay.
Next case, please.
Next case, we call the case of Tierra Watts, calling case number 21-004-880. People of the state of Michigan versus Tierra Watts. We're here today for information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Samuel Chirikian appearing on behalf of Ms. Watts. She should be present. There she is, Judge. Yes, there she
No,
is.
not, excuse me. This Takia Harper from another case. Y'all just dismissed my case.
Ms. Harper,
As
we just
Ms.
passed the
Watts.
case up.
I know you said Mr. Watts wasn't in here. I was here though.
We'll call your case in a minute, Ms. Harper.
All right.
We have to recall it, Ms. Harper. Is that Wyatt Harris? Wyatt Harris is not with us.
Okay, we already called the case.
Let's stay with Sam Sharikian.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, as to the arraignment on the information, we consent to using Zoom, appreciating its limitations.
Go ahead.
Waives the formal reading, stands mute.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Madam Clerk?
Judge Walker.
Goes to Judge Shannon Walker, Sam. Date and time?
September 2nd.
September 2nd, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. I also have Ola McLaren.
What's the other one you said?
Ola McLaren.
McLaren? Okay.
I'm here, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McLaren. Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna call the case of Ola McLaren, calling case number 21-005-198. People of the state of Michigan versus Ola McLaren. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Samuel Chirikian appearing on behalf of Ms. McLaren, Your Honor. We consent to doing this by Zoom, appreciating its limitations.
Go ahead.
Waive the formal reading information, stand mute.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Madam Clerk?
Judge Evans.
It's going to Judge Wanda Evans. Date and time shall be
August 31st.
August 31st, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Be safe.
You too, Judge.
Okay, Wyatt Harris is back.
Oh, is he back there? Okay. Okay, we're gonna recall the case of Takia Harper, calling case number 21-002-554. People of the state of Michigan versus Takia Harper. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wyatt Harris, P54891, on behalf of Takia Harper, who is willing to appear by Zoom with all its limitations.
Yes, and she's here. Go ahead, Mr. Harris.
Your Honor, we waive formal reading of the information, stand mute.
Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Your case, Madam Clerk?
Judge Baker.
It's going to Judge Chandra Baker. Date and time shall be
September 3rd.
September 3rd, 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor. Ms. Harper will talk.
Be safe, Wyatt.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Thanks. Next case.
Next case, we call the case of the Aaron Tate, calling case number 21-004-269. People of the state of Michigan versus the Aaron Tate. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorney's appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning as well, Your Honor. Michael Sharp on behalf of Mr. Tate, who consents to have the hearing, consents to have this hearing by Zoom. He stands mute and waives the formal reading.
Thank you, Mr. Sharp. Order plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Madam Clerk?
Judge Heisey.
You're going to visit Judge Heisey. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September 1st, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Margolis, Ms. Payne, who are your clients?
Yes, I have Karan Reason, and he's with me. We're ready for sentencing, Judge.
I have
Hold on. Sharon Payne, who do you have?
Elrico Gator for arraignment.
For arraignment.
Yeah, we gotta recall that one. Okay, we're gonna recall the case of Elrico Gator, recalling case number 21-004-457. People of the state of Michigan versus Elrico Gator. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Payne, P38749, representing Mr. Elrico Gator. Your Honor, we consent to have these proceedings held via Zoom with its limitations. I have had contact with my client. I would like to waive his presence at this time, and we'd like a blind draw.
All right, we'll let her, go ahead. All right, you waive the reading, you stand mute, your client mute, and you've had recent contact, the people with no objection, correct?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, we'll let her plead not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Ramsey,
Judge Kelly Ramsey. Date and time,
August 31st.
August 31st, 9 a.m.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, the next case will be calling the case of Eric Bell, calling case number 21-004-933. People of the state of Michigan versus Eric Bell. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Earl Washington, Neighborhood Defender Services, P31383 on behalf of Mr. Eric Bell. We consent to Zoom and all its limitations, and we waive the form of reading, stand mute, and there's a plea on this case.
The letter is not guilty as to any and all charges. You worked out a settlement agreement, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bell, raise your right hand, identify yourself, please. Unmute your mic, Mr. Bell.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, raise your right hand, please. Tell me your full name.
I can't raise my right. I'm gonna have to raise my left. I'm in a sling.
Oh, I see that. Okay. You solemnly swear affirm any testimony that you offer will be the truth.
Yes.
Okay, put your hand down. Did you sign and date a settlement offer, advice of rights, notice of acceptance form with your attorney that explains your trial and appellate rights you're giving up by pleading guilty this morning?
Correct.
You understand those rights you're giving up, Mr. Bell?
Yes.
All right. You weren't promised anything or threatened in any way to do this, were you?
No.
Your age?
37.
Level of education?
High school?
You graduate?
Yes.
What high school?
Michigan Automotive Academy?
And are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Pleading guilty to count 2, controlled substance, possession of methamphetamine, ecstasy, punishment to 10 years. Count 2, operating while your license is suspended, revoked, or denied, punish up to 93 days. The people would dismiss count 1 and withdraw notice to enhance habitual offender 3rd. Sentence agreement reads 2 years probation, substance abuse evaluation and treatment, 80 hours community service, and the other terms and conditions set by the court, which will include financial obligations. Is that how you wish to proceed?
Correct.
Factual basis, Mr. Colo.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask you some questions about an event that took place on October 31st of 2019. On October 31st of 2019, were you on or about the area of Eileen near Eaton Street in Detroit, Michigan, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And at that time, you were pulled over by the cops, correct?
Yes.
When you were pulled over, you did possess a controlled substance, specifically methamphetamine?
Yeah, it was ecstasy.
So I'm asking you questions to establish the record. So I need a yes or no just based off of the counts that were charged. we're going to go through 3 separate counts. The first count is delivery or manufacturing of methamphetamine. So at that time, when you were in Detroit, did you possess with the intent to deliver a controlled substance, specifically methamphetamine? You're pleading guilty to these charges in exchange for the sentence agreement. This is the charge that is being dismissed, but we need to establish it on the record because you're pleading away from it.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. For count 2, controlled substance, possession of methamphetamine or ecstasy, you knowingly possessed a drug commonly known as ecstasy when you were pulled over by the cops, correct?
Yes.
Further, when you were dealing with the cops on that day, you were operating a vehicle without a valid license, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and if your counsel could stipulate for the habitual offender third offense notice that there are 3 prior felonies in this matter, or that defendant was priorly convicted of 3 felonies, specifically on 11/11/2008, they were convicted of police officer fleeing and eluding 3rd degree. On 3/11/2013, defendant was convicted of police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, and the other offense would be the current offense. Counsel, can you stipulate to that?
Yeah, we so stipulate.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people are satisfied. Oh, actually, if I may, Mr. Bell, you knowingly possessed the drugs in this case, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. The people are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, both attorneys are satisfied. We've established that the factual basis for the plea and the court's compliant with court rule 6.302.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Yes, we're satisfied.
All right, then I find the plea of Mr. Bell is tendered in a knowing, intelligent, voluntary, and active fashion. I accept it. He'll be referred for probation. Mr. Washington, take down this number. Make sure your client calls probation, gets interviewed. 313-456-4600.
Okay.
Sentencing date will be
September 20th.
September the 20th, 9 o'clock. Make sure Mr. Bell brings his court costs that day, Mr. Washington.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. See you then, Mr. Bell. Get interviewed.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Have a good day to you and your staff, Your Honor.
You too. Bye, Ro.
So the next case will be.
You can log off, Mr. Bell.
We're gonna recall the case of Malik McCormick, recalling case number 21-004-944. People say Michigan versus Malik McCormick. We're here today for the Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Emily Annal, P80553 for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Godwin, P74500 for Malik McCormick, who is appearing on Zoom with us today. Mr. McCormick is okay with proceeding by Zoom, knowing its limitations, and he is going to waive a formal reading of the information and stand mute and ask for a blind draw.
All right, thank you, Sean. We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Cox.
Kevin Cox. Date and time shall be
August 31st.
August 31st, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
The next case will be calling the case of DeJuan Fleming, calling case number 21-002-507. People of the state of Michigan versus DeJuan Fleming. We're here today for the Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Godwin, P74500 for DeJuan Fleming, who is joining us on Zoom this morning. Mr. Fleming is okay with proceeding by Zoom for this court date and is aware of the limitations on Zoom and wants to go ahead. He is going to waive a formal reading of the information and stand mute and ask for a blind draw.
Thank you. We'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Regina Thomas.
Regina Thomas. Date and time shall be
September 2nd.
September 2nd, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next case will be calling the case of DeJuan Crosby, Calling case number 21-005-140, people of the state of Michigan versus DeJuan Crosby. We're here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Who's the lawyer? Who is it?
Perlman, Jeff Perlman.
Jeff Perlman with us? No, he's not. We'll pass it.
Okay, I'm gonna recall the case of Christopher Allen. Calling case number 21-005-202, people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Allen. We're here today on arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Maria Manarino, P39531 on behalf of Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen was with us earlier today. He had to log off and get back to work. So with the court's permission, I'll waive his presence.
Okay, obviously you got recent contact. No objection, Mr. Colo?
Without objection, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I think we need a draw.
As the information, how do you proceed?
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is arraignment. For arraignment purposes, we will waive a formal reading in the information and stand mute.
The letter of plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. The case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Bazey.
Judge Kelly Ramsey. Date and time shall be.
Judge Bazey, I'm sorry.
Judge Miriam Bazey. Date and time shall be.
September 2nd.
September 2nd, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
What other attorneys are with us right now for arraignment?
Attorney Ray
I'm here on
Page.
Adam Christie, Judge. This is Sarah Kraus.
Sarah Krause and Ray Page are here for arraignments.
And
Who are your clients?
Elliot Margolis, I've been here since 9 o'clock for a quick sentencing.
Elliot, we know we put the sentencing a little later in the docket when we had something like 60 arraignments and pleas this morning. I'll call your
I wish I
case.
would have been.
I'll call your case in 10 minutes, I promise, all right?
Okay, thank you, Judge. I apologize. Thank you.
Well, okay, the arraignment. Who do we have ready? Sarah Krause?
Ray Page. Ray Page.
Here, let me give you the. Let me see if I
Ray
got it.
Page, you represent.
Here.
Who's your client,
Like
Ray
this.
Page?
You
Mr.
gotta turn it
Margolis,
this way.
who's your client?
Jamal Adams is my client.
Jamal Adams?
Okay, ready? You ready, Judge?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay. Jamal Adams is on.
Yes.
Okay, we can call the case of Jamal Adams, calling case number 21-004-647, people of the state of Michigan versus Jamal Adams. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
May it please His Honorable Court, Your Honor, my name is Ray Page. My P number is 41848. Today is the date for arraignment on information. We'll waive the information and stand mute to the charge.
And you're proceeding pursuant to Zuma's limitations, waiving any appearances in open court, correct?
Absolutely, Huron, Judge.
Okay, 033, we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Knapp,
Don Knapp. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September 1st, 9 o'clock. He'll see you next month, 033.
Take care of yourself, Your Honor. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Take care, Ray. Sarah, who's your client?
Adam Christie. I received an email from Miss Bathurst saying that we did not arraign him on both cases last time we were here.
That is correct.
We're gonna call the case of Adam Christie, calling case number 21-004-381, people of the state of Michigan versus Adam Christie. Today for the arraignment information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Kraus standing in for the attorney of record, Gabby Silver, for Adam Christie, who is present. As to the arraignment judge, we have waived the formal reading of the information, stand him mute. We do consent to Zoom for this proceeding.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Your Honor, if I
It should-
may, there is another file in this matter that we've already drawn it to another court. I've passed that file along. Let me look it up.
Be Noah Hood, Your Honor. Calendar conference scheduled for August 15th.
Thank you.
August 15th, Noah Hood for this case then.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Regards to Ms. Silver.
I will.
Next case.
Judge, I'm also here, Bertram Johnson on Jarrell Brady for AOI and a possible Cobb's evaluation and a plea.
And for the Madam Clerk Judge Elias Muwad on Brandon Smith for AOI.
Oh, Mr. Muwad with his AOI first, okay?
Okay. Okay, calling the case of Brandon Smith, calling case number 21-002-824. People of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Smith. Here today for the arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Casey, appeal number 56162 on behalf of the people. Thank you.
Your Honor, good morning. Elias Muwad appearing on behalf of Mr. Smith. Judge, I wonder if you would waive his appearance. I have talked to him about a week and a half ago. However, my staff did not let me know when we had checked the docket to make sure when the next court date was. And that's our fault. But we found out about it today. And I'm out of the country. So hopefully the court will waive it and this matter will be resolved out.
Well, ask the arraignment then.
Stand mute and waive the reading, Judge.
We're under a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Wow, Canada opens the border and people are already flocking over the border.
No, Judge, I'm in the Caribbean somewhere.
Okay. Well, I think they opened up the border too.
They
We're
did.
under not guilty as to any and all charges. Case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Morrow.
Bruce Morrow. Date and time?
August 30th.
August 30th, 9 o'clock. Mr. Muwad, enjoy your vacation.
We will, Judge. Thanks a lot for everybody's patience. John, it'll be resolved out then. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Have a good day, all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, we'll call the case of Jarrell Brady, calling case number 21-002-298. People of the state of Michigan versus Jarrell Brady. We're here today for arraignment information. Attorney's appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Bertram Johnson appearing on behalf of Jarrell Bryce Brady, P46646. Judge, we waive the formal reading and my client stands mute. Mr. Brady is on.
You're proceeding pursuant to Zuma's limitations and waiving any appearances in open court, correct, Mr. Johnson?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges.
Your Honor, I
Judge-
just forwarded a plea form to Madam Clerk moments
We
ago.
also, yeah, we also forwarded one to her earlier.
I haven't. Mr.
And Judge-
Brady, raise your right hand. Unmute your microphone, Mr. Brady.
I'm here.
Okay, raise your right hand. Tell me your full name.
Jarrell Bryce Brady.
And you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you offer will be the truth.
I swear.
Okay, you put your hand down. Through consent, did you and Mr. Bertram Johnson sign and date a settlement offer, advice of rights, notice of acceptance form that explains your trial and appellate rights you're giving up by pleading guilty this morning?
Can you repeat yourself, Your Honor? Did we do a plea form today and did I discuss that with you? Okay, yes. And go over your rights with you?
You both
True.
signed and dated it, you through consent of counsel, correct?
True.
Do you understand your trial rights and appellate rights you're giving up by pleading guilty this morning?
Yes.
All right. No one promised you anything or threatened in any way to sign the form, did they?
No, Your Honor.
How old are you, Mr. Brady?
You said how old am I?
Yes.
I'm 17.
You're 17 years of age. What's your level of education? Are you in school?
High school.
What high school?
Cody.
Cody? Joy
Yes,
Road
sir.
Joy Road in Southfield, right?
He dropped out of school, Judge. He's not presently attending school. He's at home taking care of his grandmother who's about to go into hospices, and his mother who's epileptic.
Okay, well, he's got a lot on his shoulders. What's the last grade you've completed in school, Mr. Brady?
9.
Ninth grade. And are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes.
Okay, are you pleading guilty to carrying a concealed weapon, punishment to 5 years in count 2, operating a motor vehicle or no license, multiple licenses, punishment up to 90 days?
Yes.
Okay, there's no sentence agreement, is there, Mr. Johnson?
No, Your Honor. We're asking for height of judge and a term of probation. His guidelines are I'm sorry, I was just looking at another case. I think his guidelines are probational, Judge.
What do you have, Mr. Cole, for guidelines?
Your Honor, let me just verify. I believe it's 0 to 9.
Okay, 1 year height of probation, conditions to be determined, reduced cost at sentencing, Mr. Bertram Johnson.
Yes, Judge, we accept that. I've discussed that with my client. He accepts that. Isn't that correct, Mr. Brady? Yes.
I'm gonna reduce his court costs from $1,300 down to $950. I hope he has something for me on the sentencing date, Mr. Johnson. That's
Judge,
copy
he'll have $500, Judge. He's unemployed right now.
I understand, that's fine, I'll work with him. Is that how you want to proceed under this, Cobbs?
Isn't that right, Mr. Brady? Yes.
Okay. Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask you some questions about an incident that took place on March 17th of 2021. On March 17th of 2021, were you on or about the location of Tireman and Coleman Street in Dearborn, Michigan, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And at that time, you were pulled over by the constable driving the car, correct?
Yes.
Tyra.
While you were in the car, you had a weapon on you. Specifically, there was a pistol in the car, correct?
Yes.
And you knowingly had that pistol with you in the car?
Yes.
At the time you were pulled over on the date of the offense, you did not have a valid license to carry a concealed weapon in the state of Michigan, correct?
Correct.
Further, while we're discussing the March 17th date of 2021, you were operating the vehicle on or about Tireman Road in Dearborn, County of Wayne, without a valid license to operate that vehicle, correct?
Correct.
And you knowingly did that, correct? You knowingly operated a car without a valid license?
Correct.
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, both attorneys are satisfied. We've established an adequate factual basis for the plea and the court's compliant with court rule 6.302.
So compliant.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I found the plea was tendered in no intelligent, voluntary, active fashion. I accept Mr. Brady's plea. He'll be referred to probation for a pre-sentence report. The number, Bertram, is 313-456-4600. Make
Got
sure
it.
your client is interviewed, okay?
I will, Judge.
And the sentencing date will be
September 20th.
September the 20th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay, Judge. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good
Mr.
seeing you.
Margolis are back. Mr. Margolis.
Yes, I'm back.
All right, we're
I
calling
can
your
leave now.
case.
I can log out.
Mr. Brady, you can log out.
Okay, calling the case of Karan Reason, calling case number 21-003-680. People of the state of Michigan versus Karan Reason. We're here today for a sentencing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Elliot Margolis, Your Honor, on behalf of Karan Reason, who is standing to my left. State your name.
Karan Reason.
Thank you. Your Honor, we've had the opportunity to read and review the pre-sentence report prepared in this matter. Everything contained in that report is true and accurate, except for I do have two things that I want to point out to the court that are highly favorable to my client that were omitted. On page 1 of the report, entitled Evaluation and Plan, on the second paragraph, it says he's currently employed part-time at New Detroit Floral. He is employed part-time at New Detroit Floral. His parents own the business, but he works full-time for another business that they own called Two-Way Transportation, which is in Romulus, Michigan here. Does Amazon deliveries and stuff. And he is employed full-time there. In addition, besides being enrolled in an online training program for his real estate license, he also attends Oakland Community College, where he's due to graduate with his 2-year degree this year, and or in the next couple months, actually. And he will be going to Central State University in Ohio. He'll do that online. He was previously there before he went to OCC. So he is employed quite a few hours every week and is in school as well, just to let this court know that.
All right, thank you for pointing that out. I've made that notation on the face sheet, Mr. Margolis, and I've signed it.
Thank you. I do have one request before we're ready for sentencing. There was no reduced plea here because he's 20 years of age and he was HIDA eligible. So we pled out as charged and we cobbed it with Your Honor, which at that time, Your Honor said 2 years probation under HIDA. Everybody else, to be perfectly frank with you, Judge, on that day was getting 1 year. He asked me about it afterwards because of his schedule. His parents own this Amazon delivery service, that Two-Way Transportation that he works for, and they would like to be able to get some contracts under his name, but they can't get the contracts until he doesn't have any pending matters. So obviously there's a difference between 2 years and 1 year. In view of what this individual,
How about I make the first year reporting, the second year non-reporting? Does that work?
Well, we're trying to get it to be closed out, Judge, at the end of 1 year. I'm making the request. I didn't make it originally, but I'm requesting that instead of 2 years, that we do 1 year.
I gave you a good COBS evaluation, quite frankly, under the circumstances, and to come in at the 11th hour and ask me to modify it, it's inherently people. I'm willing to make the second year non-reporting with possible closure after 1 year if he's fully compliant with all terms and conditions.
That would be fine. That would be fine, Judge. If you could just do it that way, that would be fine. Okay, and then we can come back because he's going to be fully compliant.
I understand, and I'm writing this in what I said. Maybe closed after 1 year. He's fully compliant. When all costs are paid, everything I make him do, he does. Okay. If the defendant is fully compliant.
And he did pay it.
Okay. Sir, raise your right hand. Identify yourself for the record, please. Karen Reason. Raise your right hand. Where's your client at, Mr. Margolis? Mr. Margolis, unmute your mic, please. Mr. Margolis, unmute your mic, please.
Hello?
Yeah, you were muted.
Oh, I'm
Where's
sorry,
Mr.
Judge.
Where's Mr. Reason?
He's right here with me.
Okay, raise your right hand. Identify yourself, please.
Karan Reason.
And you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you offer will be the truth.
Yes.
Okay, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report with Mr. Margolis?
Yes, sir.
Anything in the report, you can put your hand out. Anything in the report you want to discuss with me or have explained, or are you okay with the report?
Pardon?
Are you okay with the information in the pre-sentence report, or is there something you want me to discuss or explain to you?
No, it's fine.
All right, Mr. Prosecutor. Mr. Colo.
Yes, Your Honor. I see that there are 3 days jail credit in this matter. No objection to amending the pre-sentence investigation report to reflect that defendant has another job through his family. That there has been a COBS evaluation in this matter for 2 years under 2 years probation under HIDA with conditions to be determined by this court. And the people have no further comment.
Okay. Was there anything else, Mr. Margolis?
No, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Reason, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose the sentence, or do you want to remain silent? If so, your silence will not be used against you.
No, it's nothing I need to say.
All right. You're on probation for 2 years under HIDA. The second year is non-reporting. The probation may be closed if after 1 year you're fully compliant with all terms and conditions. All right?
Okay, Judge, thank you.
Hold on. I have to write this in manually. Do you have the plea form, Tyra?
Yes, I do.
I need those when I get the sentencing report in case there's something I wrote in. All right. I'm deleting the community service, Mr. Margolis.
Excuse me, Judge?
I'm gonna amend number 1. He may perform 80 hours of community service.
He may
if he
what?
wants, toward attorney fees and costs if he wants to. But you're
Well, he's already.
retainer.
Yeah, I'm retained. He's already paid his $950, Judge.
He already paid his court costs?
Yeah, you told him to have $950 paid by.
I'm gonna just delete paragraph 1 then, okay?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, number 2, don't use any object as a weapon. You're not to own, use, or have under your control or in control a weapon of any type or any imitation of a weapon, or be in the company of anyone who does. Submit to a search if the agent has reasonable cause to believe the items violating probation. Make genuine efforts to find and maintain legitimate employment for 30 hours per week unless engaged in an alternative program. Don't get working in the program without getting permission of the agent. Financial obligations are $68 state cost, crime victims $130. The supervision fees $30 per month. Court costs are $950. You already paid those?
Yes.
All right. And you told the clerk it was for court costs?
Yes.
All right. The supervision fee is $30 per month while you are on probation. I find you have the present or future ability to satisfy your reduced financial obligations. Good luck to you, Mr. Reason.
All right, thank you. Get it.
Thank you, Judge.
You and Mr. Margolis may leave. Bye now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna call the case of William Wagenka, calling case number 21-003-125, people of the state of Michigan versus William Wagenka. We're here today for a sentencing. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. D. Todd Williams on behalf of William Wagenka. My client and I consent to conducting these proceedings by Zoom, specifically recognizing the limitations inherent to Zoom and any defects and other matters that can arise. Judge, we've had an opportunity to go through the pre-sentence investigation. It was thorough. We have no additions, corrections, or deletions at this time. Judge, if I may, the only thing that I would point out, and by the way, Judge, the recommendation falls within the COB that we put on the record during the plea. With the exception of, Judge, my client obviously has some medical issues that were documented in the pre-sentence investigation. The only one that I would highlight is he has a pancreas condition where he has to take a pill every time he has a meal, or his pancreas cannot digest the food that he's taking and he could get tremendously ill. I told him that he needs to bring his medication to him when he does report to the jail for whatever jail time you might give him today. The second thing I'd point out, Judge, the COB was to 60 days in jail. He does have 2 days credit. Under the circumstances, Judge, I'm asking you to sentence him to the statutory minimum of 30 days with the 2 days credit. Other than that, Judge, I tender my client to you.
Mr. Williams, I gave him, I thought, a pretty fair COBS under the situation.
Your Honor, you gave him a fantastically fair COBS under the situation. The only reason I'm asking about the 30 days is just because of the medical situation that certainly will arise when he's in court. But Judge, I just had to make a record of that. And again, you were very fair with your COB evaluation.
I'm really sympathetic whenever there's a health issue, just so you know, Mr. Williams. And first of all, I want to tell you I'd be remiss if I didn't thank you and our other lawyers who've been patiently waiting all morning. Okay. Thank you.
We caught on that the AOIs were first, and we understand. Thank you, Judge, for saying that.
And I was patient as we sat on the tarmac in Las Vegas. Because of the California fires, we sat on the tarmac for about an hour and 15 minutes waiting in line to take off because they were spacing the planes out so much. I assume because of the fires, we had this terrible haze in Las Vegas. You know, so in any event, thanks for your patience. I can't do anything more on the time other than give him his jail time. He'll earn some credit, I guess. So in some of these cases, I understand the jail puts people basically on house arrest. So what they do, they're going to do. But the COBS was tremendous. Your cogent and compelling arguments are what led to that counsel, quite frankly. So he was well represented.
Judge, I failed to mention.
Mr. Wagenka, raise your right hand. Tell me your name, please.
William Wagenka.
And you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony that you offer will be truthful?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put your hand out, Mr. Wagenka. And, you know, thank you for your patience this morning. I know it's been a while this morning. Have you had we're proceeding pursuant to Zoom and its limitations and waiving any appearance in open court. Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So again, all right.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report with your hardworking attorney?
Yes.
All right. Was there anything in the report that you'd like to take exception with or have discussed to you or explained, or are you okay with the basic information in the report?
No, sir. Not at this time.
You're okay with it, correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. Mr. Williams, in light of his health history, so he can get his medication together, I would be receptive, if the prosecutor's no objection, to giving him a few days to get his medication together, maybe report Friday rather than today.
That'd be fantastic, Your Honor. We'd appreciate that.
Well, you enlightened me as to his extenuating circumstances. Of course, there'll be no driving an automobile or drinking alcohol during this time, but and I'd like a 9 p.m. curfew on him.
Your Honor,
So,
Your Honor, he's still on a sober link, and obviously he can hand it in the day before. And
that's right.
And Judge, pursuant to your,
Well, wait. Are we gonna make the sentence, are we gonna make the surrender date then Friday the 13th at noon?
sure. And that is that to the Wayne County Jail?
Yeah, is that fine with you, Mr. Cole? Any objection?
Your Honor, I would just ask if the defendant already has the medication. It's not uncommon to have 60 days worth of medication ahead of time. It seems like with the amount of prior OWIs we would be concerned with giving him another week, but we would be without objection if there is an issue to gather the medicine, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not giving him another week and doing 4 days, actually 3, because he'll be reporting on Friday. So I just want to make.
There's no objection as long as there's the need for it, Your Honor, yes.
Pancreatic conditions are often very, very painful, so I want to make sure that he has all his medication and knows what property he cannot have when he reports to the jail. Mr. Williams, will you and your client check that out, make sure he has his meds and doesn't take any property that they're going to throw it in the trash can or make them.
Judge, we've discussed that extensively, and he has a plan in place for when he does turn himself in. We appreciate the extra time. And Judge, I'll point out that he has been on a sober link, so there have been no issues. And Judge, if I may, my client is ready to pay the $1,300 you indicated at the pretrial. He can pay that today, and I believe he's written down the number to the cashier.
All right, thank you. Anything else, Mr. Williams, from the defense before I impose the sentence and talk to your client?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Wagenka, this is your final opportunity. Mr. Colo, was there something you wanted to say before I?
Your Honor, there has been a cost evaluation in this matter. I see that there are 2 days jail credit. There are no errors or omission that the people would like to address on the pre-sentence investigation report. I would urge adopting as listed under the plea agreement under certain conditions that the court consider some type of sobriety program or treatment. But I'm sure that Your Honor has already has that in mind. But just based off the extensive history of OWIs, the people are interested in making sure that Mr. Wagenka does have the tools in place to find sober living for his own sake and for society. But that's all that the people have in this matter.
Mr. Wagenka, is there anything you'd like to say to the court before I impose the sentence, or is your preference to remain silent?
I'm good. I'm good, Your Honor.
Okay, you'll be reporting to the Wayne County Jail. Call them in advance. Make sure you know what property you may or may not have when you surrender yourself. Certainly have your medication with you, okay?
Okay.
Now, you're going to surrender yourself Friday. The prosecutor, no objection, by noon on Friday at the Wayne County Jail. Make sure you have your meds with you, okay?
Okay.
And you're on a 9 p.m. curfew between now and Friday. There'll be no alcohol, no drinking, no visiting bars or places where the primary purpose is to serve alcohol for drinking on site, and no driving a motor vehicle. Understand?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Your sentence is as follows. Under my Cobb's evaluation, you can thank your hardworking attorney. It's probation for 3 years, subject to these conditions. Surrender date. Again, we've discussed. Don't use or possess alcohol or other intoxicants. Don't enter bars or other places where the primary purpose is to serve alcohol for drinking on site unless given written permission for employment at a specific location. Be compliant with any alcohol testing. Don't submit any fraudulent or adulterated samples for testing. Always have proper identification with you. You're to attend 2 A meetings per week and complete an alcohol abuse treatment program. That was Mr. Colo's concern and mine. So make sure you do that, okay? By law, you have to do 60 hours of community service. Don't change residence without getting permission of the agent. Allow the agent into your residence for probation supervision. I'm writing in upon reasonable cause of a violation. Submit to a search if the agent has reasonable cause to legal items violating probation. Do not drive a motor vehicle. We've addressed 60 days in the Wayne County Jail, surrender date. You do have 2 days jail credit. Financial obligations are $68 state costs, crime victims $130, court costs $1,300, supervision fees $30 per month by law. I also have to impose a $500 fine, as you know. I find you have the present or future ability to satisfy your minimal financial obligations. I kept everything at the absolute minimum, okay?
Okay.
Appellate rights. Right to appeal and cannot afford an attorney. Review and sign an appellate rights form and file with our clerk within 42 days of today's date. I will assign counsel and provide a transcript at public expense so that an appeal may be perfected on your behalf. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, Your Honor, nothing else.
Mr. Wagenka, any other questions or comments?
No, no, sir.
Mr. Colo, any other remarks or comments? I left all your costs at the absolute minimum, Mr. Wagenka. I know it's a lot of money. Make sure you take the $1,300 out. Call the cashier's office. You have a pen and paper handy?
Yes, I believe we have that phone number, sir.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you again, just so I can say I gave it to you. 313-224-2440.
Okay,
And tell the cashier the money, the $1,300 you're paying is for your court costs. You have to tell her the 2 C's, court costs. Any other financial obligations, the fine, et cetera, you can pay over the course of probation, as far as I'm concerned, okay?
okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Next case.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna call the case of recall the case of Dewan Crosby. Calling case number 21-005-140. People of the state of Michigan versus Dewan Crosby. We're here today from the Raymond Information. Attorney's appearance, please.
Mr. Wagenka, you can zoom off. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Jeff Perlman on behalf of Mr. Crosby.
Yes, we've recalled your case a couple times, Mr. Perlman, just so you know.
I'm sorry, I just signed out.
Go ahead.
Got signed out by mistake. My computer froze.
You want to proceed pursuant to Zoom and its limitations for you and your client and waive any appearances in open court, Jeff?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, as to the arraignment, my client would like to enter a not guilty plea and stand mute as to the formal reading.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. Madam Clerk,
Judge Green.
your case has been blind drawn to Judge Tracy Green, Jeff. Date and time shall be
September 1st.
September 1st, 9 o'clock by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Be safe.
Have a good day.
That was Mr. Crosby, right? You can zoom out, Mr. Crosby. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Nice shirt and tie, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna call the case of Samuel Nelson, calling case number 21-002-611. People of the state of Michigan versus Samuel Nelson. We're here today on arraignment information. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Mark Brown, P number 39562, appearing on behalf of Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Brown from downtown. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? How are you, Judge?
Just back from Las Vegas, Nevada. We're Judge
Oh,
Jewell
good.
and a number of the attorneys. So go ahead.
That's a wonderful thing. Is Mr. Nelson on the call, Judge?
I'm not seeing him.
Okay, I think he might have gotten the dates confused as I did almost. But thanks to your staff, I'm here.
You
If this
can't
is
reach
the
your
arraignment,
contact them, right?
I have had contact with, yes, Judge. Yeah.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
we can waive the formal reading and stand mute.
We're proceeding pursuant to Zoom's limitations, waiving any appearances. Mr. Colo, Mr. Brown indicates he's had recent contact with his client. Any objection to waive his appearance for the arraignment?
Without objection, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Mark, as to any and all charges. Your case is blind drawn to the docket of the Honorable
Judge Van Houten,
Margaret Van Houten. Date and time shall be
August 30th.
August 30th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Judge. Have a wonderful day.
Be safe and go Tigers.
Yes, absolutely.
The next case will be called is the case of Talaya Flemings, calling case 21-003-981. People of the state of Michigan versus Talaya Flemings. We're here today for sentencing. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Shane Colo on behalf of the people.
And Your Honor, good morning to you and your staff. Vincent Haysha, P76506, appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Flemings, who appears via Zoom with no objection.
Okay, thanks. Hi, Vince. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks, Judge. Judge, today's the date and time set for sentencing. We did have occasion to review the pre-sentence investigation report. It's factually accurate. I have no corrections, additions, or deletions, just some very brief allocution.
Okay, would your client raise the right hand, identify herself by her full name?
My name is Talaya Lysandra Flemings.
Good morning. And you solemnly swear or affirm that any testimony you offer will be truthful?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Did you and your highly esteemed attorney have a chance to review the pre-sentence report?
Yes.
Is there anything in the report, ma'am, you don't understand or need to discuss with me or have explained, or are you okay with it?
Everything is okay.
Okay. Mr. Prosecutor.
Your Honor, I will note that there is 1 day jail credit in this matter. There has been a plea agreement where the people have withdrawn, or we will motion to withdraw the second or subsequent offense notice and further the habitual offender fourth offense notice in exchange for the guilty plea on the controlled substance possession charge, count 1. There is 1 day of jail credit in this matter with a plea agreement of 18 months probation, substance abuse evaluation and treatment as recommended, and any other terms and conditions as set by this honorable court.
All right, so ordered. Thank you very much. And that was 1 day jail credit, you said, so we'll
Correct.
give them that. Counsel, anything else you'd like to say before I impose the sentence?
Your Honor, first and foremost, I apologize about any background noise. I'm in the 36th District Court about to start a live exam. I'd indicate, Your Honor, this Ms. Flemings is 43 years of age. She has 6 children. She's tremendously embarrassed about her conduct. She understands what is going to be expected from her on probation. She has funds to place towards her fines and costs that she promised she would have today. She'll make that payment today. I just ask that you adopt the recommendation, Your Honor, which by my read calls for a substance abuse evaluation and treatment if that is recommended pursuant to that evaluation. Beyond that, she will report as directed. She's going to stay away from drugs and any other criminal activity, and would ask that Your Honor honor that agreement. There was one correction that I did not make. It's paragraph 14 as the recommendation, which has attorney's fees. I'm retained. There are no attorney's fees that are owed. And so with that said, Your Honor, I'd ask that you sentence her in accordance with the COBs and in accordance with this recommendation.
All right, well articulated as usual. Flemings, anything you'd like to say to me before I impose the sentence, or do you want to remain silent? If you choose to remain silent, your silence will not be used against you in any form.
I just want to apologize.
Okay. You've got a little bit of a criminal history, Ms. Flemings, and you got children to raise, so you got to stay devoid of any criminality. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it could have been 5 years probation. You're getting 18 months. So you can thank your hardworking attorney for that, all right?
Yes, sir.
So you're on probation 18 months. Saves you a lot of time and money, by the way.
Okay.
You're compliant with any requirement regarding drug testing. Always have proper ID. Don't submit fraudulent samples for testing. You're not to use or possess controlled substances or paraphernalia unless prescribed by a doctor, nor be with anyone who does. I want you to attend 1 Sometimes it's 5. I'm gonna make it 1 NA meeting per week. Okay?
Yes.
Not 5, 1. Complete an outpatient or residential abuse treatment program. Find one close to where you work or live, okay?
Okay.
I want you enrolled by Friday, by Friday, August 20th. I want you enrolled and attending, understand?
Yes.
Not only enrolled, but also attending. So find a program close to where you live.
Okay.
Complete a substance abuse assessment if and when referred. Waive confidentiality, allow any treatment programs to get any information or medical records. What is your age? 43?
Yes, sir.
I'm eliminating the educational requirement number 8, Vince. Make genuine efforts to find and maintain legitimate employment for 30 hours per week unless engaged in some kind of an alternative program. Don't go working in the program without getting permission of the agent. Are you employed at this time, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. There are plenty of jobs out there. Everyone in the world is hiring, as you know, and super high wages. So now's the time.
I actually have an interview in the morning.
Oh, good for you. Good luck to you.
Can I ask what?
Let me finish and then I'll entertain any questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
Financial obligations, I'm leaving everything at the minimum. $68 state cost, crime victims $130, probation's $30 per month. Again, it's for 18 months for not 60 months, which it could have been. Okay?
Okay.
Did you bring money for court costs today?
Absolutely. You told me I needed $1,000.
Then I'm gonna reduce your court costs from $1,300 to $1,000.
Okay.
Save you $300 anyway, okay?
Okay.
Do you have the phone number for the clerk's office you have to call?
Hold
You got a
on one
pencil
second.
paper or a
I'm
cell
getting
phone?
Hold on 1 second. Let me get a pencil. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at.
All right.
I can write it down and give it to her, Your Honor. That's fine.
I think she's grabbing it.
Great.
But take it down, Vince. 313-224-2440.
313?
Got it.
Yes. 313-224-2440.
Okay, and this is for court costs and court costs?
Yeah, that's the other cost you can pay over probation. But when you make payment for the reduced court costs of $1,000, okay?
Yes.
Tell her the money is to be applied to your court costs. It's important you tell her that.
Okay.
Apply this to my court costs. Or she'll do it to other things and then you'll be in violation.
Okay, we definitely don't want that.
Okay, I deleted the $400 appointed attorney fees. So I find she has the present or future ability to satisfy her reduced financial obligations. Appellate rights. If you'd like to appeal and cannot afford an attorney, review and sign an appellate rights form and file with our clerk within 42 days of today's date, and I will sign counsel and provide a transcript at public expense so that an appeal may be perfected on your behalf. Good luck to you, Ms. Clements. Remember to tell her my $1,000 goes to court costs.
Yes, sir.
Your attorney saved you a lot of probation time and a lot of probation fees and court costs. You can thank him very much.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye now.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yes,
I don't know if I should ask, but I want to ask anyway. Okay, I have a medical marijuana card. Is it okay if I smoke or should I not smoke?
As long as you're in compliance with what the law allows, I'm fine with it, okay?
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Ms. Flemings, you can zoom out.
Okay. I'm out.
Robin McCoy's ready. Sharon Woodside's ready.
All right, she's doing violations.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna call is Ms. McCoy on?
Attorney Ash Alawama is also ready.
Oh, yeah, call him too. He got a case.
I'm ready, Judge.
We're gonna call the case of Robert Ewell, calling case number 21-004-945, people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Ewell. We're here today on Raymond Information. Attorneys, appearances, please.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, would you repeat that last name for me?
Ewell, like Judge Ed Ewell, whose birthday it is today.
Oh,
I think he's 39 again.
Appearances, please.
Appearance, Ash.
You're saying Mule, M-U?
Ewell, E-W-E-L-L, like Judge Edward Ewell.
I apologize. Something is wrong with my speakers today. Shane Colo on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
and good morning, Your Honor. Robin McCoy on behalf of Mr. Robert Ewell, P63057. Yes, he has another case in front of Judge Slavin, so we actually have been in the waiting room there, and I'd emailed your clerk about consolidating the cases, but nonetheless, I'll waive his presence. He'll stand mute.
And you want to proceed pursuant to Zoom and its limitations and waive any appearances in open court, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, and that's the information. You waive the reading and stand mute, you said?
Yes.
All right, we'll honor a plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. I like your cross, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's like a Coptic Christian cross. Yeah.
Okay, so is this case going to what judge?
Judge Slavin's.
Judge Mark Slavin's. And what's the time and date?
September 3rd.
September 3rd, Robin, 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor. I hope you and your staff stay safe.
Remember to wish Judge Ewell a happy birthday.
Oh, will do. All right. See you later.
Bye, Robin.
Okay, we're gonna call the case of Eric Golson, calling case number 21-004-938, people of the state of Michigan versus Eric Golson. We're here today for the Raymond Information. Attorney, appearances, please.
Respect to Your Honor, Attorney Alawam, bar number 66874 on behalf of Mr. Eric Golston. No objection to proceeding via Zoom and its limitation, agreeing to the ground rules. We would request to waive his presence. Judge, he does have a case pending in Judge Heisey.
Okay, so as the arraignment, what do you do here?
We would wait for more reading, stand mute, Judge.
And good morning, Your Honor. If I may, this is a Pat 2 case. I'm not sure where the special prosecuting attorney went, but for the sake of getting through the docket, I'll stand in. Shane Colo standing in for a Pat 2 special prosecutor. On behalf
All right, thank you, Shane. We'll let her plea of not guilty as to any and all charges. This case is going to whom, Tyra?
Bridget Hathaway.
Bridget Hathaway. Date and time shall be?
September 3rd.
September 3rd, 9 o'clock.
September 3rd. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
And
you.
the downriver contingency at our meeting in out west, your name was among those that was missing that we missed, Ash. So hope you make it next year.
Thank you, Judge. I didn't get the notice, but next time, Judge.
Okay, make sure you call Judge Ewell. Wish him a happy birthday today.
I will. Thank you, Judge. You have a wonderful day to you and your staff. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, take care, Ash.
Take care. Bye.
What else do we have? Sharon Woodside.
Okay, we're gonna call the violation cases. We're gonna call case number 19-006-397, people of the state of Michigan versus
You have 30 days.
Alexander. We're here today on a violation hearing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Please the court, Sharon Clark Woodside, attorney on behalf of Mr. Alexander, but I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody yet, Judge.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go over the allegations. If you want a breakout room, I'll put you and the client in at that point, okay?
Okay.
Some of the cases, they sometimes will move to close out. Other times, they've got a very compassionate recommendation. If your client wants to accept others, you might want to go in a breakout room. It's up to you. I'm happy to accommodate you.
I'm aware of Ms. Murray's recommendations, and some people have new matters, so.
All right.
Arnita Murray for probation, Judge.
Good morning,
Judge,
Arnita.
good morning, Judge. We were tracking a new case for Mr. Alexander, which has been bound over from 36th District Court to 3rd Circuit, but I was unable to pull up a case number for him in order to get the new date. If Madam Clerk is able to find the case number, I attempted and I couldn't find a new case number, even though 36th District Court does indicate it was bound over.
And what's the client's name?
Lance Alexander.
The case number is 21-004-828, and that case is going to Judge Hood. We arraigned him on August 4th on that one.
Okay, what is his next court date before Judge Hood?
August 23rd.
Okay, can we just track that new case, Madam Clerk? And I will notify Mr. Alexander. He was already arraigned before this court and is on tether.
We'll track that case. So what's our date gonna be?
August. Do August 30th, Judge.
August the 30th, Arnita. Sharon?
I'm sorry, what you said, Judge?
August the 30th. We're tracking.
Okay.
Okay, what's the next case?
The next case would be case number 19-001-300, case of Jerron Bynum. We're here today on a violation hearing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Arnita Murray for probation service.
Ms. Woodside, I need your appearance.
Sharon Woodside on behalf of the defendant.
Go ahead, Agent Murray Wright.
Judge, we already arraigned Mr. Bynum on the warrant. There was a possibility of pending charges in 36th District Court. I was unable to find any pending charges. However, I completed a lien, and while on bond, he has 2 new cases in District Court of refusing to take a preliminary breath test and drunk driving. He has a court date on those matters on August 11th. Mr. Bynum did try to reach his probation officer and indicated he wasn't able to get on Zoom. I don't know why he wasn't able to get on Zoom, but I'm asking that a CAPES warrant be issued.
Ms. Woodside?
I don't have a way of contacting him, but I'd ask to be allowed to try to.
I'm going to issue a capias and remand at this time. If you have any contact, let us know and we'll deal with it, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next case.
The next case would be case number 19-007-458, People of the State of Michigan versus Elizabeth Barbie. We're here today on a violation hearing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Arnita Murray for probation services.
Sharon Clark Woodside on behalf of the defendant.
Judge, Miss Barbie is here. We were tracking her case in District Court on a new charge of possession of paraphernalia. She was convicted of that offense and sentenced to fines and costs as a result. So if we're ready to address the violation at this time.
What would your recommendation be if there was a guilty plea?
Judge, I would ask that her probation term be extended to November 15, 2022, with the condition that she complete outpatient substance abuse treatment and that she pay her court costs and fees. She owes this court $2,238 in court costs and fees.
So you would just extend her probation and expect that she'd start making payments? Is that what you're telling me and doing?
Yes, and complete outpatient treatment as a result of her new conviction. She does acknowledge that she relapsed.
Council Woodside, what would you like to say? Chair Woodside.
Yes, Judge.
They said if there was if she tendered a plea that they'd extend their probation, they wanted to make payments and complete drug treatment. How does your client want to proceed? Does she want a contested hearing scheduled? Does she want to plead guilty with an explanation?
Well, Judge, I'm gonna have to talk to her for a minute.
Because you want me to put you in a breakout room? Hold on.
Yes. What about what did you pay and about what time on 6/17? I'm sorry? Okay, so angle parking, ma'am, I can't dismiss the ticket if there's nothing that tells you to angle park out there, then you can't angle park. It would have to be posted that would say angle parking. I don't know why people are parking angle parking and there's nothing that tells you to angle park. Just have 1 second out.
Ms. Woodside, you're on, you need to mute.
Barbie's back. Where's Miss Woodside? There she is. Miss Woodside, you're back?
I am.
Okay, does your client understand the allegations against her, her rights, and how does she want to proceed?
She tendered a guilty plea, Judge, with an explanation.
So she understands the allegations and her rights to a contested hearing, wants to waive the right to a contested hearing and plead guilty with an explanation?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Barbie, raise your right hand. Tell me your full name, please. Unmute your microphone, please.
Sorry, Elizabeth Ann Barbie.
And you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony that you offer will be truthful?
I do.
All right, we're proceeding pursuant to Zoom with its limitations and waiving any appearance in open court with your consent. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've been in a breakout room with your attorney so you could discuss the allegations and your rights. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And you understand the allegations and all your rights, and it's my understanding you wish to plead guilty with an explanation of the alleged violation. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you promised anything or threatened in any way to do so, or are you doing this of your own free will?
My own free will.
And how old are you, Miss Barbie?
I'm 34.
What's your level of education?
I have my GED. I have some college, but because of my drug convictions, I was not allowed to graduate my field.
Are you a citizen of the United States of America?
I am.
All right. And Agent Murray said it's true, you're pleading guilty, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I find the plea was tendered in a knowing, intelligent, voluntary fashion. What is your recommendation, Agent Murray?
Judge, I'm asking that her probation term be extended to November 15th, 2022, with the condition that she complete outpatient substance abuse treatment. And her probation may be closed upon completion of treatment and payment of her outstanding court costs and fees. She has a balance of $2,238.
Any late fees there?
I'm sure there are, but I'm not sure what the total is.
Usually they're around $200-300. Whatever the late fees are, you can eliminate those, make her life a little easier for her.
So Judge, Miss Barbie's actually been in harbor life since 8/5. She's scheduled to stay there till at least 9/1. She'd also like to apply her bond of $800 toward her court costs. She thinks that this is the best place for her right now to stay inpatient. And when she completes harbor life, she does want to do outpatient because she says she's really ready to make a turnaround.
All right, Miss Barbie, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose the sentence, or do you want to remain silent? If so, your silence will not be used against you.
No, Your Honor, I'd just like to say, apologize to the court and thank you for taking time out to deal with this. And thank you for taking an interest in me as a person, as an addict, to get help. And as well, Judge Lowe also extends his hellos.
Okay. Well, thanks, Miss Barbie. I'll adopt the recommendation. I'm glad you're making progress in your current treatment. We want you to complete it. I'm going to adopt the agent's recommendation. She's extended until what date?
November 15th, 2022.
But I'll close her out early if she completes her drug program, pays off the cost, or does community service, either one. She's got a bond she's going to apply when, Sharon Woodside?
800, Judge.
Sharon, Miss Barbie, do you have a pencil and paper there or a phone you can type a number?
Yeah, in just 1 second. I sure do. I apologize. I got a rummage. They just moved me from quarantine to
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you got paper. I see you have a pen.
Yes.
Call the clerk's office, okay, at this number, 313-224-313 area code.
Yep.
And then the phone number is 224-2440.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And tell the clerk that the bond money you're applying, they might keep 10% of it. is be applied to your court cost, okay?
Okay,
So give them a call and make that payment as soon as you can.
okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, and I'm adopting the recommendation. We'll close you out once you've done
I'm gonna need a
everything.
minute.
Up to you.
I gotta
Thank
finish
you,
these
Your
two
Honor.
things. Just tell me
Okay,
about it.
next case.
I'm trying to listen.
Next case on the call is Maurice Click, calling case number 18-006-383, People of the State of Michigan versus Maurice Click. We're here today on the show cause hearing. Attorney's appearances, please.
Wait a minute.
Arnita Murray, Probation Services.
Ms. Woodside?
Sharon Woodside for Mr. Quick.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Click. Go ahead, Agent Marie Wright.
Judge, Mr. Click is on probation to this court for attempt possession less than 25 grams, which is a two and a half year max. He's violated his probation and he's failed to pay his outstanding balance of $2,088. I did check Odyssey and he did make a $200 payment on August 6th of 2020. So his balance currently is $1,888. But that is the nature of the violation, is his failure to pay his outstanding court costs and fees.
Well, I don't incarcerate people for that. Ms. Woodside, how does your client want to proceed? Does he understand the allegations and all of his rights regarding the contested hearing?
Well, Judge, I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but if he is unable to pay it, I ask the court to close it out and leave it to civil litigation.
Agent Murray Wright?
Judge, he does have the ability to pay. It indicates that he's employed full-time as an electrician.
Oh, he's an electrician full-time, Ms. Woodside. I'm not going to close him out if he's got the ability to pay.
Okay, well, then let me talk to him and see what's going on with him.
All right, let me put you in a breakout room again.
Oh, that takes care of Mr.
Hello.
Just a minute, Mr. Cliff.
Okay.
How old are your daughters?
11 and 13.
Are they going in school for classes in September or what?
Yeah. They was already going to school, but the teachers wasn't there. They was like in pods.
Are they masking up?
Yeah. They can't wait till regular school starts. They don't like the computers.
Okay, they're back. Ms. Woodside? How do you wish to proceed?
Hello.
Ms. Woodside? Is she handling
But
36?
he would tender plea of guilty, but he's gonna be able to pay 200 a week.
All right, Mr. Click, raise your right hand. We're proceeding pursuant to Zoom and its limitations and waiving any appearances in open court with your permission, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you understand the allegation, you can put your hand down. You understand the allegations against you and your rights to a contested hearing, sir?
Yes.
All right, and again, you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you offer will be the truth, correct?
Yes.
All right, so you're waiving your right to a contested hearing, understanding your rights, and acknowledging as true the allegations which you understand as articulated by Agent Murray Wright. Is that correct?
Yes.
How old are you?
58.
What's your level of education?
4-year degree of college.
Where at?
Henry Ford, Dearborn.
In Dearborn. And are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
And what high school did you graduate from?
Southgate.
Okay. And what Agent Murray Wright said was true?
Yeah, I haven't.
All right. I found the plea was tendered in an annoying, intelligent, voluntary, and active fashion. What do you recommend for Mr. Click?
Judge, I'm asking Mr. Click's probation term be extended to 9/27/2022, and it may be closed upon payment of his outstanding court balance of $1,888.
Ms. Woodside, you urge adoption of the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, no objection. He indicates he didn't know where he was supposed to pay. He knows and thinks he can get it paid off by the end of September.
Well, as soon as he pays it off, I'll close out his probation. Mr. Click, anything you want to say, or do you want to remain silent?
No, Your Honor, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. I'll adopt the recommendation. Good luck to you, Mr. Click. Pay it off, I'll close you out. In the interim, keep making payments, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, bye now. You may zoom out. Next case.
Okay, next case we're calling is Sarah Murilli, calling case number 19-004-827, people of the state of Michigan versus Sarah Murilli. We're here today on the show cause hearing. Attorneys' appearances, please.
Arnita Murray for probation services.
And please the court, Sharon Clark Woodside appearing on behalf of Ms. Murilli.
And you and Ms. Murilli want to proceed pursuant to Zoom and its limitations and waive any appearance in open court. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Murilli? Unmute your mic. Okay, thank you. Agent Murray Wright.
Judge, Ms. Murilli is on probation to this court for OUIL 3rd and police officer fleeing, which is a 5-year max. She violated her probation that she failed to complete all of her community service hours. She was instructed to complete 480 and she completed 378 community service hours. On her behalf, she has paid all of her court costs and fees. I'm just asking that the probation term be closed.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Morelli, they want to close out your probation. There's been substantial compliance. Is there anything you'd like to say? Or do you want to remain silent?
No.
Your silence won't be used against you.
Yeah, I just want to apologize for not having my community service completed on time. I was on track to complete it on time, and then I got COVID for 3 weeks in April, and that set me back a little bit. But since then, I have completed, and I am still doing ongoing work with them.
Okay, so you have no objection to the recommendation that we close out your probation?
No, Your Honor.
Now, normally I tell the people if I close out their probation that they won't have a chance to see me again, but Ms. Woodside, Ms. Murray, at the outset of Ms. Morelli's case, when it was in front of me, I had to divulge that the Morellis are among my favorite neighbors. They live right across the street from me. Her mother's a doctor.
Oh. Okay.
So, and just so you know, the FBI director, the former FBI director, Andy Arena, lives 2 doors from them. So Unless you want to recuse myself, I'm about to adopt the recommendation and close out Ms. Morelli's probation.
No, Judge, I don't have any objection, but would the court and Ms. Murray, would you be really opposed to being closed? Not without improvement since she got so close to completing, although COVID prevented her from completing her last set of hours.
I have no objection to being closed with improvement.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge. Thank you, Ms. Murray.
I'm going to close out Sarah's case with improvement. You're done, Sarah. Be
Okay.
good.
All right, will do. You guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, anyone else?
Yes, next case gonna be calling Stephen Miracle, calling case number 18-001-204, People of the State of Michigan versus Stephen Miracle. We're here today on arraignment of violation of probation. Attorneys, appearances, please.
Arnita Murray, Probation Services.
And please, the court, Sharon Clark Woods, are appearing on behalf of Mr. Miracle. So, Judge,
Yes.
I didn't have a chance to talk to Mr. Miracle yet either.
What are we
Is
doing?
that Mr. Miracle?
Very right.
I'm just wondering, K51, is that Mr. Miracle?
Mr. Miracle, raise your right hand. Tell me your name. Mr. Miracle, unmute your microphone.
I don't know if that's Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, that's Torrin Dean. He's here for a probation closing.
I don't have him on the docket.
Do you have him?
Are we sure Mr. Miracle's not in the Wayne County Jail?
We don't have Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, we don't have Mr. Miracle.
Dean, unmute your microphone.
Yes, sir.
There you are. Why are you here today? You're not on our docket.
My probation officer told me last week that I had a court date for today.
In front of me?
Yes, because my case just got dismissed at the 36th district. That's what I violated for. And she said that you guys had forgot about me and that I had a court date today on the 9th.
Well, we never forget about you, Mr. Dean. That's my middle name is Dean.
I
What
remember.
do you have on this, Agent Murray, right? What do you have on Mr. Dean?
Can you give me his full name so I can check and see what we have?
Teron Deontay Dean. Tauron.
Slow down. Tauron. Dean.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I have something for you.
And what's your middle name, Mr. Dean?
Deontay. Deon.
Deontay. Okay.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Dean.
Okay.
Tauron. 407. 17-. Yeah.
Works for Mr. Miracle.
Okay. Hold on one second.
All right.
Okay. What was your new case, Mr. Dean?
It was a CCW case, and it just got dismissed last week. I mean, no, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I just paid my probation fines off last Wednesday too.
Let me check out and see what's happening. Just 1 second.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm also on tether too. I've been on tether since November.
Okay, hold your horses. Let me just see if I'm just trying to verify what you're stating.
All right.
Just the last case. Shane, do you have anything else?
No, Your Honor, I'm all set. I just wanted to hear how, if you had any luck this weekend.
It was a crazy trip, actually. I got there and Mr. Glenn and I were gonna go watch John Lovitz from Saturday Night Live. And he decided to cancel the rest of the, so we didn't see John Lovitz. We did see having a couple of nice dinners with Judge Ewell and some others, Tony Guerrero from your office, and some defense attorneys. It was balanced. That was one, we had a couple of great dinners. And we went and saw a couple of shows. One was a B plus, one was a C minus. And I was gonna get together with some friends from high school. They got married, Kathy and Eugene suffered a heart attack Saturday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Instead of going to dinner with the Ciccarellis, their cousin used to play for the Red Wings, Dino Ciccarelli, Cicerelli. And instead of going to dinner, I went to the hospital, about a 45-minute drive each way.
Is he
to visit him in
surviving?
the hospital. So, but he's doing better, and
Good.
the weather was pretty nice, except Saturday or Friday. The sun, it was hazy. It was about 110 degrees every day and sunny. And the haze was because of the fires in California. So we sat on the tarmac last night, probably over an hour, waiting our turn to fly out because we were spacing the aircraft to get out of Vegas.
Wow.
So that was the trip. Arnita, Shane, you can go. You're all done.
Thank you, Your
Yes,
Honor.
I-
I will see you on Wednesday. I'm glad you made it home safely, and hopefully you brought a little bit of extra money with you.
Not so much.
Well, I'm glad you made it safely then. I'll see you on
Thanks,
Wednesday.
Shane.
Thank you.
Arnita, what'd you find out?
Judge, I did verify that the case was dismissed. The complaining witness failed to appear. He's paid out his court costs and fees owed to this court. I'm asking his probation term be closed without improvement.
Sharon?
No objection, Judge.
Ms. Wright, can I
Mr.
have-
Dean, they want to close out your case without improvement. Is that fine with you?
You're
Then I
on
need
mute.
your-
Oh, yeah, yes, Your Honor, that's very fine with me.
Okay. You understand?
Very, very
You
fine.
understand if I close out your probation, you don't get to see me anymore, right?
Yes, I hope I don't. Sorry to say.
Okay. Well, I'll close them out without improvement. Thanks, everybody.
the case number?
Excuse me.
What's the case number?
Excuse me.
This
I'm on
one-
tether too, yeah. I'm on
Case
tether.
number, please.
17006785-01.
Last name is Dean,
Yes, DEAN.
TAURURE.
ON.
Okay. Good luck to you, Mr. Dean.
Excuse me. So how? So
Okay,
when can I get the tether?
Everyone can zoom out. Thank you.
No, wait,
Take it
Judge.
back to Wayne County, William Dickerson facility.
Okay.
What?
I can go down
His-
there
his
today.
tether.
Remove tether.
Okay, remove the tether, yes. Anything
And
else
Judge-
for anyone?
I just want you to know, I did try to get a hold of Mr. Miracle, and it
Mhm.
did go right to, actually just kind of answer, and it just hangs up. It just says, you can't accept calls right now, so.
We're asking to remain in warrant status.
Okay, so ordered. Thanks, everyone. Be safe.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge,
Yeah.
I got my passport.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened on that, Arnita? I got to Vegas.
Yeah,
Who did
I
you
talked to Debbie Stavenar's office, and they were able to expedite it for me, and so I got it on Saturday.
So you
Really?
didn't have to
That's nice.
contact any of the other ones?
What'd you say?
Didn't have to contact anyone else? They took care of it?
I was calling everybody. So
Okay,
as soon
Anita,
as
I
you-
wish I had known that because when my daughter called, they said they couldn't help her, but she managed to, she just got notified hers is supposed to be here next week. So she just paid all that extra money to expedite it too, but
yeah,
Well,
it worked out.
congratulations, everybody. Everybody have great trips. Bye-bye.
Okay.